False rap, I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse man, what
is going on? Rage for the SLAP Train. Welcome back today, guys. Part 2 of this 2016 top 10 drifts of the week countdown. Today we're going to be looking at episodes, I believe 24 all the way up to our final 43rd episode. There are a few that are kind of out of place as well too. I don't know how that ended up happening. I do apologize on that. However though, today I wanted to discuss the channel and kind of a timeline from the start of the year all the way leading up to today. Now this goes all the way back to our very first episode, January the 1st. We actually started off with Need for Speed 2015 to start us off, and that was actually the day that we got our brand new unicorn in Need for Speed. Now before actually we go into all this, let's take a step back and let's look at the stats of 2016 to see where we're going to be for 2017. Now views, we had a skyrocketing 159 million views in total for the 2016 year, and in those 159 million views we had 564 brand new subscribers come to the channel. Just an absolute ridiculous number to even think about that many people. I mean, starting off when I first started the channel, these numbers are unheard of. These things I wouldn't even have been thinking about. And to see it now a reality moving into 2017, sky is the limit. I have a few big trips planned as well too, so I'm very excited to let you guys know about that. Now one other stat actually that I wanted to throw to you guys always know I tell you to slap that like button every single episode. 2.6 million times you guys have slapped that like button in 2016. So huge thank you for everybody taking the time out of their day to hit that little thumbs up button. If you guys would like to keep seeing top 10 drifts in the new year, don't forget to slap that like button one last time for today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back and recap the year in review. Now starting off, as I said, Need for Speed January 1st. I figured I'd throw that in for our very first video. We also had Project Cars with a huge update back when it first came out, and that was the actual Stance Works pack with Mad Mike's MX-5. That was the first time ever that we had a specific drifting vehicle in Project Cars. Was it the best to drift in? Not really, man, but was it fun as shit? 110%. We had some wide bodies coming to the game as well too for the first time. So it was a big year for Project Cars, and I really started to enjoy it a lot more at the end of the year as well too, but I've still yet to slide that damn MX-5. Now fast forwarding a little bit and moving over to the PlayStation platform, we had Drive Club this year bring down our hardcore mode. Now that was more of a simulation style for drifting and such, and it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I preferred it to the original physics that were in the game. So that was really cool to see them bring that in. And we also finally did our custom handbrake. As you guys know, I had one for the Xbox 360 but never had one for the Xbox One, and finally in 2016 I pulled the trigger on a handbrake on eBay. And as you guys have been always asking me, Slap, where'd you get your handbrake? It's in the description box. However though, what's not in there is how to set it up. Obviously it's a custom job, and for that you're going to need to do some searching on YouTube to get that done. Here's a nice little clip though from one of our top 10s. So we're just going to do our own thing right here. Oh shit! That's more than a wall tap on that one though. Hashtag just a tap, man. Huge thank to my man Sushi over there for coming up with that edit. I will leave his channel down below. Now later in the year, we had Controller Chaos hook us up with a crazy Xbox Elite controller, and even further down the road, we had a custom care package sent straight to us as well too. We had our PlayStation 4 controller. We also had our another Xbox One controller with the custom SLAP logo, which is now purchasable on their website. So huge thank you to Controller Chaos for just a crazy 2016 year. We also did a collaboration with the Deadpool movie and Tornado energy drinks. That was a lot of fun considering the energy drinks you just weren't able to purchase over in Canada. So it was really cool being able to try out different things and helping promote Deadpool as well too, because that was one of the biggest movies of 2016. I was gonna say 2006. I don't know what the hell, man. That would have been absolutely stupid. Now moving forward a little bit, we had Forza Motorsport 6 and the huge Porsche expansion that dropped, and that was a hell of a lot of fun. I believe it also dropped the Virginia map, which was huge, and that was a really cool track seeing in Forza Motorsport 6. But now the question though is, will we see Porsche moving forward in Forza 7 as a DLC content, considering that the rights have now been dropped, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really interested to see, you know, what's going to happen for 2017. Are we going to see Porsche in more games moving forward on launch dates? I don't know. Now let's change gears a little bit and drop down to the mobile platforms. We had a game called Thumb Drift. Now I don't know if you guys do remember that. We did a few episodes on it. It was a hell of a lot of fun. It was a super addicting mobile game for free. Now they actually contacted me and threw in a custom livery on a G35 for Thumb Drift. Now that's actually being able to grab right now if you guys are playing it. And I still see messages saying, Slap, I finally got your G35 in Thumb Drift. So that's pretty damn cool to check that out on Twitter as I go through it. WheelStandPro has been huge this year, and you know, they have just been helping my setup out one day after the other. They hooked us up with the RGS shifter adapter. As you guys know, I had the shifter for the longest time pretty much parallel to the wheel, and you know, it's not the funnest thing having to reach up to shift your gears like you're driving a minivan. So they came out with a brand new shifter plate adapter so that way you can actually bring down your shifter, and it made my life a hell of a lot easier, and it definitely kind of brought that simulation feel a lot more to my rig. So I was very thankful that they were helping out quite a bit, and you know, they've just been a great company. If you guys don't know WheelStandPro, check them out. Description box down below. I use them for my Xbox rig, my PlayStation rig. 110% must needed if you guys do have a wheel rig. Now moving forward a little bit, we went out to Seattle with Donut Media, and we had a crazy session at the Ridge Motorsports Park with Ryan Turek, and we had a huge collab with them. That was absolutely one of the highlights of my year. We also went and checked out Forza headquarters. That was really cool, meeting, you know, the staff there and just hanging out with Turk, you know, doing the live stream. It was a moment that I will never forget in my life, and you know, just huge thank you to everybody that made that event possible. And I mean, like I said, the footage that I got will last forever, and it's a crazy damn day. If you guys did not check out that footage with Ryan Turk, that will be in the description box for you guys down below. Now going back to Need for Speed, we actually took a turn and we recreated Adam LZ's 240SX in the game, and that actually kicked up quite a few views because I believe Adam actually seen that video, and that was the reason why he ended up kind of seeing my content in a sense. So that was pretty cool that was the starting video of, you know, being in contact with Adam. And since then, we've actually been very close friends on social media. We've talked on Xbox a little bit, and hopefully in 2017 we're gonna be doing some collaborations together on Forza. So that may be pretty damn cool to see in the near future. He also hooked us up with a huge care package for our 1 million subscribers. He gave me a wheel, a whole shit ton of stickers, and a hand-drawn photo. So that was really cool and thoughtful of him. So I definitely do appreciate that, and huge respect to Adam and his channel. I will leave that down below. If you guys are not following Adam LZ, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, man. Now, we also did another collaboration with Do It With Dan. He had his top 5 bad driving habits. He challenged myself, so I figured I'd have to do the same, man. So we did our own top 5 bad driving habits, and you know, the entire moto vlog community is getting bigger and bigger, and I gotta say, they're one of the nicest communities on YouTube, man. 6'4" Honda, Do It With Dan, you know, the entire crew down there are just so nice. You know, I've talked to 6 Foot quite a few times as well too, and we've actually became pretty good friends this year in 2016, so that's been pretty damn cool. But you know, just everything with the moto vlogs, I cannot wait to see where 2017 goes for those guys. If you guys don't know them, I will leave Do It With Dan and 6'4" Honda's channels down below for you guys. Now, we also got into some Euro truck driving this year, and that was a hell of a lot of fun. You know, we had the full rig, full 900 degrees with an 18-wheeler, and I gotta say, I struggled so much on backing up, it wasn't even funny, man. I had a lot of fun with the mods, but the backing up was always an issue. I wish there was a mod where it would just self-back up for me, but I'm definitely interested in getting back into some more Euro truck style videos, and you know, maybe some more mods and stuff like that. Now, also to note, for our first time in Top 10 Drifts, we actually had a huge YouTuber drop by for a submission, and that was Monkey London right here. You guys can see this clip with his sword, just absolutely killing it on his track day, and he has a very nice little wall tap on there, and he did take home first place on that week. And hopefully we start seeing some more IRL clips moving forward in Top 10. But moving forward though, we interviewed JoeWon Song in his Secret Service limo video in this year, and that was a pretty crazy video. If you guys don't know JoeWon, his channel will be down below. He posts some crazy world record breaking Forza content, but it was pretty crazy to see how much dirt that video picked up with the Secret Service limo. People were thinking it was real life shit. It was absolutely crazy. And we also did a special rally week on one of our weeks, and a lot of people were asking for rally content. We didn't do it for a long time, so I said, you know what, we're gonna do a full week of rally. It didn't do the greatest, obviously, but it was fun as hell, and I definitely look forward to doing more special weeks like that. We also had Forza Apex drop for free on the PC. However, though, unfortunately, my computer can't run that game, man. It's too beastly for my PC, so I couldn't really do much. However, I got to experience it one time, and that was enough for me. I'm a console fan on that game, hands down, 10 out of 10. Now also this year, as you guys know, Forza 6 dropped a huge card pack with the Hot Wheels pack. We had the Bone Shaker come in and the Mustang. And the Mustang was the first time that we ever had a drift missile style car come into Forza. And that was so cool to see. And hopefully moving forward, we see more card packs like that coming up and available. Because that's personally what I want to see, man. The cars that you can't really normally grab anywhere else other than those card packs. Now this year was the year that we did hit 1 million subscribers, and it still is crazy to think about that. Now unfortunately the other day, the adhesive on the play button actually just gave way on the wall and it slid down, and thankfully my soundproofing was there to kind of hold it up in place, because it would have came crashing down right into my Mac and my PC area, and it just would have been an absolute disaster. But I got to get that up back on the wall. But 1 mil 2016 was a crazy damn year. Also too, I bought property this year, man. I bought a house for myself and my fiance, first time ever. I've lived in an apartment my entire life with my dad, and moving out was a huge step in my life, and it was something that needed to happen very soon, considering I was just running out of space, and now I am a homeowner at 25 years of age, and it's crazy stuff to think about, but I'm very grateful for everything that has happened, and I'm just excited to keep making content in 2017. Now also too, we went to E3 this year. We went to LA, and that was with the Thrustmaster guys down there. Had an absolute blast, met the entire crew down at Thrustmaster, and I was just super grateful and thankful that they took me out to E3 to help them with their booth at the event. It was awesome stuff, and it was a hell of a trip. Something again that I will never forget. Now, we also stood at Ground Zero in New York City. We went there with Nitro Nation and the Fetty Wap game. And it was a very eerie feeling being at Ground Zero, but it was something that, I've always wanted to do. So that was really cool that we were able to experience that. As I said, we went to New York for the Fetty Wap launch, and that was crazy. We met Fetty, we met Monty. We ended up playing a game with Fetty Wap, so that was pretty damn crazy. We also went there with Black Panther, so we met Black Panther for the second year in a row. Now, switching lanes a little bit, back to the mobile platform, we had Nitro Dash add in our character and car, so that was cool having another mobile platform, back our channel, so that was really cool. We also got into some RC drifting this year. However, it was not rear-wheel drive, which I've been wanting to do. It was more or less just massive trucks and just throwing them around, having some fun, but definitely looking into getting into more RC content for 2017, so definitely check the channel for that. We debuted the gaming room of the house this year, and that was something that has just always been in a work in progress right now, but it has come along so much more than I ever thought it would, and I'm very excited to just keep building on it. Now, we also had Razer send us a crazy cart this year. That was pretty crazy. We did a whole montage on that. If you guys missed it, highly recommend checking that out. Now, we also had Controller Chaos sponsor a whole month of Top 10 Drifts. They gave a controller out to the winner at the end of the month, so huge thank you to them for making that possible. We had a huge 1 mil giveaway. We played No Man's Sky. It was shit. We took Finley on our first ride in the G. We got into some F1 content. We redid the Handbrake once again. We played Torque Burnout, and Jake Myers himself seen the video and sent us a care package. I've actually sent him a care package, which I will be talking about very soon. Forza Horizon 3 dropped. We had our top speed video explode with 2.2 million views. views currently at the moment, or 2.6. It was crazy. We had Forza drop Cops for the first time with the Crown Vics. We had the PlayStation VR come out. I ended up picking up one. I did an unboxing and did a bunch of videos on it. And we had the Heist actually get a shit ton of views. I think it has about 1.3 million views, so that just absolutely exploded. We had COD 4 get dropped down on us, the remastered. We did a collab with Evan Shanks. The Grand Tour started, which we've been following up quite a bit. We had Displate and Aero Zoom hook us up with huge soundproofing and those metal posters in my room. We had a mystery box from Asian Mall. Need for Seat sent us a brand new chair this year. We started our wheel spin series on Forza Horizon 3, which has been absolutely huge. We had the DLC for the crew with Calling All Units. We went back to the Essen Motor Show for round 2 with LPN 05 and Black Panther. Jerky Pro hooked us up with a huge unboxing as well too this year. GTA 5 did the import-export DLC, which has been huge. CarX Drift Racing added our logos in the game with a huge update for tuning and such, so that game has just been huge, man. That has been a lot of fun. And we had Blizzard Mountain drop with the DLC. And as you guys just seen right there, to finish it off, we had Ryan Turek with the ride along at the Ridge Motorsports Park. Ladies and gentlemen, 2016 year in review. We're done, man. I'll see you guys next year, 2017. JoeWon SLAP Train. I'm out. Peace.
What it do? Penthouse, man, what have you